the changing face of business. You know, it seems to me, maybe I'm just kind of crazy, but it seems to me that business is changing every day, every week. I read about a new business doing this, a new business doing that, a new way of doing business, a new way of buying stuff, a new way of selling stuff. Business is changing so dramatically. E-commerce, we know, everybody knows about e-commerce. We all know it's happening. We all know it's there. But right now, we just scratch the surface of what's going to happen, probably within the very near future. Changing face of business. I can't explain it enough. It's not just the external face of business, but the way we do business internally. You know, we had all this thing about downsizing. We had all this thing about the way we change the shape of our business, centralizing, decentralizing, and so on. Many, many companies still haven't quite got the idea of how they're going to manage their business internally, let alone externally. But the most important point is we understand our role in the changing face of business. Because at the end of the day, internet is the ultimate sales force. It doesn't go to sleep. It doesn't go on strike. It doesn't demand terms and conditions. It doesn't want to go to the toilet or anything else that we may want to do. It just stays there, and it works, and it works, and it works. It's changed business a lot too. If you noticed on internet, you have to pay before you buy. You remember those old catalogues? You would go to the catalogue and you would look something up and say, I want to buy this. You'd make a telephone call, and the goods would get delivered. And if you liked them, you pay for them. If you didn't, you send them back. You tried doing that on internet. What happens on internet, the first thing it says is, what's your credit card number? And it does a credit check before you get anything. The ultimate business. Payment before anybody buys. Money coming in before goods go out. Can't beat it. It also gives us much, much better management of stock and costs. Because we know exactly what we're selling, when we're selling, we can see trends, we can see shapes, we have the ultimate figures. We don't have someone in the store that's forgot to log something, or has dropped some bottles, maybe in a retail store, has dropped something on the floor, it's smashed and not filled out a form to say they were smashed, or entered in the screen they were smashed. None of that. We know exactly where our stocks are, what they are, and what they're doing. All of this gives us a much faster return on investment. There's organisations that are trading on internet that have only been going 18 months, 2 years, that are selling for millions and millions of dollars. Because you get so much faster return on development. It took you 10 years to build those companies under traditional old business styles. Now it can take weeks, months, years, very small number of years. We run on minimum inventory and stock. Why do we need this? We don't need warehouses. We don't need all this stuff. The great thing about something like internet is we can get the manufacturer of the goods to deliver directly to the person buying and sit in the middle and make money. That's really the big plus of internet. But it's all technology driven, and it's all technology dependent. And until somebody invents technology that doesn't go wrong and invents technology everybody can use, support is absolutely vital. Because if we don't have control of the technology, we're going to be in terrible trouble. Actually, let's look at the lessons we can learn for this. One is, don't let your service desk sit where it is. Look to the future. We'll get more challenges, more demands on our time in the future. There's no doubt about that. We have to look to the future. And support won't diminish, it will grow. Maybe we get new technologies. Maybe it won't be so people-centric as it is right now. But support's not going to go away, it's going to grow. The more your company becomes dependent upon technology, the more they're dependent upon you and your support. The customer now demands service, whether an internal customer or external customer. It doesn't make any difference. Everybody demands service. You tell me I'm going to get something at a certain time, I expect to get it. If I sit down in a restaurant at a table, I expect someone to be there to serve me. I'm demanding service in my everyday life. We've become very service-oriented. So, the lesson to learn from this, staffing is going to be our biggest challenge in service and support over the next few years. We've got to raise our skill levels because we've got the just-in-time training, the just-in-time consultancy. Just-in-time training means teach me how to do it as I want to do it. The telephone calls, how do I do it? Emails, how do I do it? Just-in-time consulting, I've written a program, it doesn't work. We've got to get smarter to be able to meet those demands. That means we've got to think different. We've got to not think permanently about just getting things fixed. We've got to think about eliminating things. Fixing it's no good for me. I want it to go away. So it's very important we understand that, because the traditional sources of recruitment have gone. We don't have these big departments where we can find people and bring them in a support desk. We've got to get much, much better at our recruitment process and understanding that we don't have this lower level of people to bring up. We want fast, intelligent, skilled people from the very beginning. The skill challenge is going to get on, demand's going to come on, and the biggest thing that's going to happen in the industry is this drive for certification. Because I need high quality people, I have to be able to get people to work for me. I know are high quality. So the big lesson is look to the future and understand you, the person, is the biggest challenge for the service and support industry over the next few years.